Steve Harvey was born as Broderick Stephen Harvey in 1957 in Welch, West Virginia, a small coal mining town where life was defined by hard work and modest expectations. His father, Jesse Harvey, spent long days underground, earning just enough to support the family. His mother, Eloise Harvey, filled their home with faith and encouragement. As a boy, Steve once wrote a simple sentence for a school assignment: "I want to be on TV." Instead of praise, he was met with doubt and laughter. Yet his father quietly told him to keep the paper and look at it every morning. That small moment planted a powerful idea in his mind. Even though the world around him seemed to offer few opportunities, Steve carried that dream quietly, believing that the future could hold something bigger than anyone expected. Growing up with a silent struggle. As a child, Steve Harvey faced a challenge that made everyday conversations difficult. He had a severe stutter, which meant even simple words sometimes took tremendous effort to say. For a boy with a quick mind and a playful sense of humor, this created frustration and embarrassment. Speaking in class could feel like standing under a spotlight. Instead of talking, Steve learned to observe. He watched people closely, the way they moved, reacted, and interacted with one another. Those quiet observations slowly built the foundation of his future comedy. Humor became his private language, something he understood even when words did not come easily. Though the stutter gradually improved over time, the experience left a lasting lesson. It taught him patience, empathy, and the ability to read a room. Ironically, the very challenge that once silenced him would later help him connect with millions of people. Searching for direction. After his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio, Steve entered adulthood without a clear path. Like many young people trying to find their place, he tried several different jobs. He attended Kent State University for a short time, but eventually left before finishing his studies. He worked at factories, sold insurance, delivered mail, and took on whatever work he could find. Although he was known among friends as the person who could make everyone laugh, comedy did not yet feel like a realistic career. By his late 20s, Steve felt uncertain about where life was leading him. He was supporting a young family while also wondering if something greater was possible. Deep down, he remembered the paper in the drawer, the childhood dream about television. Still, turning that dream into reality seemed almost impossible at the time. The first step onto a stage. Everything changed when a friend suggested Steve try stand-up comedy. At first, the idea seemed risky and unfamiliar. Steve had never performed on stage before, and he had little idea how professional comedians built their acts. Still, curiosity pushed him to try. One evening, he walked onto the stage at Hilarity's Comedy Club in Ohio for an amateur comedy night. Under the bright lights, something unexpected happened. The nervousness faded, and his natural storytelling took over. The audience laughed, loudly and sincerely. That moment revealed something powerful. He had a gift for connecting with people. Winning that amateur competition gave him the confidence to imagine a life in comedy. It was only a small beginning, but it proved that the dream he had written down as a child might not be impossible after all. Taking the leap of faith, encouraged by that early success, Steve made a decision that would change everything. He left his steady job to pursue comedy full-time. The choice was not easy. He had responsibilities and little financial security. Comedy shows paid very little at first, and the schedule meant traveling constantly. Still, he believed that real growth sometimes requires a leap of faith. The road ahead was uncertain, filled with long drives, small venues, and unpredictable opportunities. There were nights when the audience loved his performance and nights when the response was quiet. Yet each experience helped him sharpen his timing and confidence. Years of hardship and determination. The early years of Steve Harvey's comedy journey were not glamorous. work was inconsistent and money was often scarce. He spent long stretches travelling between cities, performing wherever he could find a stage. Sometimes that meant sleeping in his car and relying on simple meals while chasing the next opportunity. Those years tested his patience and resilience. Yet, even during difficult moments, Steve kept refining his voice as a performer. His comedy drew from real life, family stories, relationships, and the struggles people experience every day. Audiences responded because his humour felt honest and familiar. Though progress was slow, he never lost sight of the dream he carried since childhood: a breakthrough on television. Steve's persistence eventually led to a major opportunity. In the early 1990s, he was invited to perform on Showtime at the Apollo at the famous Apollo Theatre. The Apollo was known for its passionate audiences and high expectations, making it a place where performers had to truly earn their applause. Steve's confident style and quick humour won the crowd over, and he soon became the show's host. The role introduced him to a national television audience and opened the door to bigger projects. For the first time, the boy who dreamed of appearing on TV was finally standing in front of millions of viewers. The opportunity proved that years of dedication had begun to pay off, becoming a comedy icon. During the late 1990s, Steve Harvey became one of the most recognizable comedians in America. He starred in The Steve Harvey Show, which brought his energetic humor to television audiences each week. Around the same time, he joined fellow comedians Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and D.L. Hewley on the legendary Kings of Comedy tour. The tour filled large arenas and became one of the most successful comedy tours ever produced. Steve's charismatic stage presence and relatable humor helped audiences see their own lives reflected in his stories. For someone who once wondered if comedy could even be a career, this moment marked the arrival of a true star. Reinventing himself. As the entertainment industry changed in the 2000s, Steve Harvey realized he needed to evolve. Instead of relying only on stand-up comedy, he expanded into new areas. His radio program, The Steve Harvey Morning Show, allowed him to connect with listeners through humor, conversation, and personal advice. In 2009, he published Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, which became a best-selling guide on relationships and communication. The book introduced him to a wider audience and eventually inspired a popular film adaptation. By exploring new platforms, Steve showed that reinvention can keep a career growing. Instead of fading from the spotlight, he discovered fresh ways to share his voice and experiences. A new era of television success. Another turning point came when Steve became the host of Family Feud in 2010. The program had existed for decades, but Steve's expressive reactions and spontaneous humor brought new energy to the show. His interactions with contestants often turned into memorable comedic moments that quickly spread online. Clips of his reactions reached millions of viewers and introduced him to a new generation of fans. The success of the show made him one of the most recognizable personalities on television. By combining quick wit with genuine warmth, he turned a traditional game show into a platform where laughter and human connection could thrive. Lessons from mistakes and challenges. Like many public figures, Steve Harvey's career has included moments of public challenge. In 2015, while hosting the Miss Universe 2015 competition, he mistakenly announced the wrong winner before quickly correcting the error on stage. The moment received worldwide attention and became one of the most talked about live television moments of the year. Instead of avoiding responsibility, Steve openly apologized and acknowledged the mistake. His response demonstrated an important lesson about accountability and humility. In a career that spans decades, occasional missteps are inevitable, but how someone responds often defines their character. The message of The Jump today: Steve Harvey often shares a motivational idea he calls the jump. The message is simple but powerful. Achieving something meaningful usually requires stepping beyond comfort and security. He explains that when he left his job to pursue comedy, he did not know if success would come. Yet taking that risk opened doors that would have remained closed otherwise. Through speaking engagements, mentoring programs, and the Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation, he encourages young people to believe in their potential. His story reminds audiences that setbacks, uncertainty, and even mistakes can become part of a larger journey. From a quiet boy with a dream written on paper to a global television personality, Steve Harvey's life demonstrates the power of perseverance, faith, and the courage to take that first leap forward.